So let's talk about the timing when you're rehabbing homes, distressed homes, and selling. I would say if this is the business you want to be in, you need to ask your realtor, when is the hottest market? When does the market heat up? I can tell you from in Midwest, that's spring, right? So if you're selling a home in winter, dead of winter versus summer, there's a 13% difference in price. So you don't want to be selling in the winter. You want to be selling in March, early March to maybe end of April, beginning of May. Now, if that's where you want the house to be done, I would say go back 6 to 9 months. That's when you purchase a home. You'll hear stories of people rehabbing homes and putting them on the market in 30 days, in 45 days. Great. That hasn't been my experience, because until you close, let's say you identified a home on September 1st, right? You identified a home, by the time you close, it's October 1st, right? You can't get into that home until you close. It's not your house. Nobody's gonna let you in. And the lenders don't like it because you may have lien waivers that you have to deal with. So October 1st you started. There's a reason why these commercial banks give you 6 to 9 months of commercial rehab loans, because that's how long it takes. You can't schedule things ahead of time. It's difficult, especially now when a lot of the construction companies are busy and rehabbers are busy, and a plumber may be busy, and an electrician. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you need to do some plumbing work, right? Well, first you need to get your remodeler in there to empty the house, to get it all ready. Maybe some walls need to be moved, maybe something needs to be framed. But then the plumber has to come in. Well, after the plumber is done, you have to go through what they call a rough-in inspection, right? You can't close the walls until the inspector comes in and takes a look, what was done. Well, that can take 2-3 weeks, right? I don't know how often it is in your market when the inspectors can come in. You can have that conversation with your rehabber, but you're definitely having to, have to wait for the plumber to be done. Then the inspector has to come in and take a look at it, clears that. Now your rehabber can start closing the walls, right? Then the painting comes in. Well, and then the floor has to be done. The cabinets are coming in and they're a little bit late. Your granite guy, you can't really do the granite until the plumbing is done, right? You can't do the backsplash until the granite is in. So everything just, it can be frustrating when your expectation is to be done in 45 days to 60 days, and you visit your home that you purchased and it's empty. There's nobody there, right? Your rehabber's on another job. So I'd say 4 months for a rehab to be completed. Well, then what? Well, then you have to put it back on the market. Well, the days when houses sell in a day or two are over. So once you put it in the market, you have to expect at least 30 days in the best case scenario that the house will be sold. Well, even if it's sold, you have an accepted purchase agreement. That doesn't mean it's sold. If you still need another 45 days for the buyer's loan to go through so they can buy the house. So from the moment you're done, you're looking at 2 months at least for the sale to go through so you can put money back in the bank. Before that, like I said, 4 to 6 months for rehab. So that's why, I would say 6 to 9 months is a great, it's something that you can expect. Now, once you do the first house and now you've made the profit from this first rehab and you want to reinvest it into buying 2 other homes, now you can overlap them, right? So you're always busy and you always have money coming in, but that becomes a bigger operation and more money. It all depends, again, how, people say, hey, I want to rehab these homes, I want to make money overnight, I want to have all this money. Well, it takes time. We just said from the time you get one house identified, 6 months to rehab it, 2 months to sell it. Now you have the funds. Well, then you can buy a second home to rehab, maybe second and third. You're in the second year already almost in doing this business. By the third year, now your construction rehabber is more loyal to you. Your banker knows that you know what you're doing. Everything is in place. So I would say if for a timeline of when you start to when you can start feeling comfortable, I'd say 2 to 3 years, just like in any other business that you're starting. It's very hard the first year or two, and then year 3 is usually when things explode.